Why can't Bajie look like this? Hello and thank you for clicking on this video. I'll be sharing my experience on another Tangzu release, but another spectrum of price. This is the Tangzu yuxuanji, which is a 1DD IEM coming in at $50. Before we dive deeper, I'd like to take this opportunity to thank Melbourne Hi-Fi Audio for sending this unit for me to test and share my experience on it. However, this will be returned, and as always, all thoughts and opinions are my own. If you've been enjoying my content, please do hit the like and subscribe button, as that will help my channel a lot and allow me to bring more content like these. So going to the unboxing of the Tangzu yuxuanji, we're back to smaller box design, and honestly Tangzu, this is a nice compact size, and I don't even mind if you go just a tad bigger for the higher end ones, but this is the sweet spot for me. Opening the box, you'll be greeted by the IEMs themselves with a box at the bottom. The IEMs are covering the stock ear tips that it comes with, and it comes with a pair of generic silicone ear tips, but they also included the Tangzu, which is a nice addition. Inside the box stores a carrying pouch instead of a case that is provided in their higher priced products. And it's pretty simple. Tangzu's branding on it just has enough storage to store your IEMs, but of course, a cheap case would have a slightly better protection than a pouch, but that's just personal preference. The stock cable that it comes with is also just fine. Nothing too fancy and pretty much expected for a package at this price. Just a black cable, and there's also option to have USB-C connection, but Melbourne Hi-Fi Audio provided both for testing of this unit and typically is sold independently, depending on your termination selection and not part of the package. The design of the yuxuanji is simply stunning. The carefully perforated patterns on the IEM shell, the open back-like design, but even though it looks open back, from my testing I didn't get any leaks, and I'm not sure if it has any impact on sound, which we'll explore more later. But in terms of looks, that rose gold grille with the gold linings and the flower pattern is just a beautiful IEM, regardless of its price, and the metal shell just makes this IEM look and feel a lot more premium than its asking price. Personally, I prefer the looks on this IEM over the Bajie, and I kinda wish they swapped, because the Bajie looked like the price of this IEM and vice versa. Well done Tangzu on the design for the yuxuanji. Considering it's 1DD as well, so as with most single DD IEMs out there, it's compact, it doesn't apply any unnecessary pressure to my ears, and I can wear this IEM for hours no problem. So for sound, I needed time to forget about how Bajie sounded before I dove into the sound of this IEM, because the Bajie was just so good, and the difference was a little too significant. So after some brain reset, it's time to talk about how this particular poet sounds, and I miss the Bajie. Bass is very dependent on tips you used. My typical go-to tips, which is the Dunu SNS tips, did not bring out the best of this IEM, and I think shorter tips suit the yuxuanji best. We're testing it on the Setna ear tips. The bass was punchy, it was snappy, it had some weight to it. It's not the most rounded sounding bass I've heard. There's a bit of rumble coming through the deep end, and it's just enough to give some accompaniment to the track, but it's definitely not the highlight. There's some warmth given to the mid-range. The overall sound is on the forward side, so you can hear what's happening on the left and right channel, but there's a lot coming at you. However, as a compromise, they've pushed the higher frequencies back a little, but with that, you're going to get trumpet sounding like a bit far away, and added with the fact that their attack is a little smoothed out, you're not going to get that openness for air instruments, and they will sound a little muted or veiled. But with how intimate the yuxuanji sounds, it's probably for the best. But with that as well, on busy tracks, the yuxuanji does struggle to keep things separated, and I want to say it's expected for IEMs at this price range. However, there is an IEM that exists right now that has proven that that's not the case. But before we dive into that, just testing between USB-C and 4.4. Between the 4.4 and the USB-C terminations, there isn't really that much difference aside from the SSNTs, where it's a bit sharper on the 4.4. I guess when you give the yuxuanji a little bit more juice, it's going to start attacking. So personally, I prefer the presentation through the USB-C, where it's smoother overall. So currently my top pick for IEMs at this price range would be the Xuan Clean, which I recently released a video about. And the moment I switched to the Xuan Clean from the Tangzu yuxuanji, the sound just opened up. The clean sounds wider, clearer, more detailed, much more clean. Pun intended. I guess if you like that sound intimacy and warmth, the Tangzu yuxuanji probably leans towards that presentation. But personally, the balance from the clean simply suits my personal sound preference a lot more, and for the price tag these two carry, you're still getting a lot out of your package. But when it comes purely on sound performance, to me, the Xuan Clean just sounds a cut above. So in summary, for $50, you're getting an IEM that looks like it belongs in a higher price tag, and it comes with plenty of accessories that you don't typically get at this price range. However, where the yuxuanji delivers is more in its looks and accessory giving rather than sound performance, and if it wasn't for the existence of something like the Xuan Clean, the yuxuanji would have had a better fighting chance in this space. However, that's been my own experience and I'm curious to know yours. Did you purchase the Tangzu yuxuanji, and what are your experiences like? Comment below, let me know, and with that all said, thank you once again to Melbourne Chi-Fi Audio, where you can get this or any other Chi-Fi IEMs in Australia. And as always, thank you all very much for watching. See you in the next video.